Good morning again, everyone. So we're still here in Falmouth, and Suhaili is just coming around the corner. A bit of anticipation because it marks the beginning of the 50th anniversary of his voyage around the world in the Golden Globe race, the Sunday Times Golden Globe race in 1968. And we've got now nearly all the entrants here. We're only missing two, and they'll be in hopefully in the next 12 hours. So just to give you a heads up, we won't say a lot, won't get to talk a lot right now with Robin on board when he's here, but there will be two functions. There's a big ceremonial departure dinner on the night of the 13th of this month. So Robin will be giving some talks there, and we'll bring that to you live on Facebook, and also at the St. Mawes Yacht Club on the evening of the 12th. So they'll be live, so you'll be able to get an understanding of what Robin's feeling at the moment after his epic journey 50 years ago. So that's a quick one. People starting to get together. We've got all the civic dignitaries, and right beside me we've got Jean-Luc. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. And yeah, there's a bit of a buzz. Not many locals here. There's been a bit of press, but I'm sure it'll all start to ramp up in the next couple of days. So here comes Suhaili. She's undergone a refit over the last couple of years to put her back in good form, and there was speculation that Robin may have signed on for this second edition of the Golden Globe, but the rumours were not true, of course. In many ways it's kind of hard to believe that we're actually doing this 50 years later, and Robin's there as fit as a fiddle 50 years later. He's probably quite capable and would take off around the world in a flash if he thought he could get away with it, but people would say, no, leave the boat behind. Looking as good as the day she departed, but certainly floating a lot higher. It's all very quiet.
Sorry, yeah.
Bonjour. Welcome in Falmouth. Good to see you, Jean. Good to see you, Robin. You have a nice cruise? Come on through. Some go back to... You arrived this morning. Did you? Yes. Take a good run. Yes? On that other rack? Yes. Well, so Robin, how does it feel to be back in Falmouth? Well, I'm tied up. Thank you. Yeah, okay, like that, Robin? Or you want a line here? What do they want us to do? Your berthing. Yeah, but other bits coming in. We need gypsy. Well, yeah, I'll go, Robin. Captain Pugwalk. Hi.
Hi, Tilly. Just moving back down the dock because eventually Gypsy Moth will be also arriving here on the dock for the celebrations. It all started with Francis Chichester, heading off around the world and doing a one-stop circumnavigation. Then 9 sailors decided to set out to do a non-stop, and only one finished, and that was Robin on Suhaili in 1968. Well, he's finished in 1969, of course.
Can I introduce you, Robin, to the Mayor of Falmouth? He's kept his hair in perfect order for you. Welcome back to Falmouth.
Lovely to be back. Yeah, hold on, that did it. Yeah, we're good there. In position, make fast.
Done that before, I believe.
Well, he and I have done quite a bit of sailing. He's the first Indian that sails solo around the world. And we've done quite a lot together. So we're used to it. It's lovely to see you. When you get back to Wales, we'll feed on us.
Feed it to London.
No, we were just sitting around for a day. We suddenly get a message waiting for us. We've got some wind now. Yes,
One thing you can rely on, isn't it? Wind and the weather.
absolutely true.
Yeah, the guy in the green yacht just is dependent. French.
Anyway, that's
Yeah, the green yacht Antoine.
Changed it over 50
Yeah.
years.
I used to come down from this. Very nice.
Beautiful, aren't they? So look around.
I know, it's great.
Would you like to be doing it again?
I've been warned by my business partner not to.
Don't blame him.
He said, don't be tempted, he said. Bless him.
Yeah.
No, nice to meet you. You want to go on board?
So what's happening, Barry?
Well, I'm rather expecting somebody to ask questions. I'll wait for this here.
Okay, we're about to start asking some, delving into some Q&A once the media have had a bit of a look, and we'll try and get some audio in there so that you can hear some of the answers as well. There's a bit of a sneak peek at Suhaili, the bits and pieces, cockpit, the rudder that nearly fell off all the way around towards the end, been rebuilt since then as part of the process of massive refit. Something like 5,000 bolts were taken out of the hull with the 2-inch planking to hold it together, and down below everything's been returned to pretty much original. So she's looking as good as the day she departed.
Thank you. Sure. That is not difficult.
Hop on there and just have a quick look down. Can I just hop on and just have a stick it in it? Oh, okay. No worries. Okay. Right then, we'll. There's plenty happening, but there's not a lot happening, and certainly a bit of interest. Seeing this was meant to be an exclusive for ITV tonight for local news around England, I think the word got out and everyone turned up instead. So here's a couple of characters. Everything's happening. We've got another circumnavigator. You can commentate on this. I want you to interview the man himself, not you. This is Tommy going to do an interview on his associate, who's also a solo circumnavigator.
Yes. Can you tell me what?
Introductions first.
Yes. Can you talk about yourself first?
Myself.
Yes.
Well, I was a captain in the Indian Navy, just left. And in 2009, 2010, I did the first Indian solo circumnavigation. And Abhilash was my trusty shore support crew then. So he got me around the world.
Yeah. And you're a great friend of Sir Robin, and you
yes.
sailed down with him. So what was the sail like? What's the atmosphere? How's Robin feeling?
Lovely. We were sailing with Robin and Bill. Both of them had come for the race 50 years back together. Bill is a photojournalist. And it was like sitting in a history book, the middle of a live history book actually, and listening to all the stories.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, so all the circumnavigators are turning up at the moment. See what's going on. And what I might do, that's probably, I don't want to bore anyone at the moment, but Sir Robin's arrived and Suhaili's alongside. Later on we'll get to have a conversation with Sir Robin on Suhaili and show you around down below as well and see how it's going. So stand by for more later this afternoon and we'll see how we go. Thanks a lot. We'll shut it down. No, we won't. Yes, we will.
Can I have something more?